As News 8's David Goffredson reports tonight, prosecutors recommended 11 years in prison for Gina Champion-Cain, but the judge decided to give her the maximum sentence.
This is the last day Gina Champion-Cain will be walking free in public for a very long time. The 57-year-old faced off with prosecutors one last time Wednesday at a sentencing hearing in downtown federal court.
Today, Gina Champion-Cain was sentenced to 15 years in prison for her role in orchestrating the largest Ponzi scheme in the history of this district.
It was a Ponzi scheme that lasted 7 years. She pleaded guilty to collecting nearly $400 million from close to 500 investors, telling them they were providing high-interest loans to businesses seeking state liquor licenses. Instead, as more and more victims invested money, Champion-Cain used the cash to prop up her own restaurant empire and also to make payments on personal residences and pay for San Diego Padres and Chargers box seats, automobiles, jewelry, and vacations, according to a sentencing memo in the case.
She used tens of millions of dollars to line her own pockets and to support her failing patio restaurants and other retail businesses.
Champion-Cain spoke in court, telling the judge she knew she hurt a lot of people, declaring, quote, "I feel so terrible for my victims. These are people who trusted me, or they trusted people who were involved with me." Prosecutors had recommended an 11-year sentence.
We did make a recommendation to the judge that he bring down her sentence marginally because she has substantially assisted us.
In the end, the defendant also made a last-ditch effort to stay out of prison, telling the judge she needed to get a COVID vaccination before she was locked up. But Judge Larry Burns had heard enough. He ordered her handcuffed and taken into custody immediately to serve 15 years.
That's why the judge is there. He or she is the one that gets to make this decision, and we're very satisfied that it was a significant sentence.
Now, Champion-Cain owned several restaurants, including the well-known patio restaurant chain, which is now closed down. So not only did those high-stake investors lose millions of dollars, but also the employees of those restaurants lost their jobs when those restaurant chains closed down. Carlo?
A lot of victims here, David. Her sentence is set for 15 years. Is there anything she can do to get that sentence reduced?
She could get off a couple of years for good behavior. If she continues to cooperate with prosecutors, she could get a little more shaved off. But keep in mind, she's going to federal prison, not state prison, so she's not going to get a whole